And welcome to the 5.5 Legs Virtual Cigar Lounge here at Coast Cigar in beautiful Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Our address is 3418 Bienville Boulevard, / Highway 90. I'm here with my co-host, Mort, Bones, and I'm Maverick, welcoming you to the show.
What's up, folks?
Good morning, Mort. Good morning, Bar, or Bones.
Yeah,
We're here.
No rain today? Any rain?
Supposed to, but and once again, I didn't get the memo. I'm going to wear my shirt next week, and you two fools won't be wearing yours.
If I do laundry between now and then.
It's hot.
It hadn't even begun yet.
But it's hot. My sister-in-law Diane sent me a message up from. She lives close to New York, and she says, "Boy, it's hot here." And I said, "Well, welcome to the summer of Mississippi." And she wrote back, "Laugh out loud."
My sister.
I said, "Yeah, you ain't getting no heat like we get."
She's sitting on Long Island going. She finally opened the pool, and it's like 60 degrees. Not the water, the outside.
Right.
It's only 60. I'm like, no, not down here. It's so hot. I got to keep on putting chemicals in all the fucking algae.
Guess who's not doing that?
You are.
That's right.
And
I don't mind doing the pool. It's the lawn I don't like.
The what's it called? The pool's a pleasurable thing afterwards.
The lawn's not. I did that lawn yesterday.
So what are we smoking, Bones?
This is the Oscar Leaf Corojo. We're running low.
By Oscar Valdez.
Yes.
Kind of a switch around for us.
Trying to go to the humidor. We're trying to make it way through the least expensive ones on up. And you're probably going to have to stop at the end cap.
And then go back down?
I don't know. I think we should start at the top and work our way back down.
Or stay at the top and work our way to the tippy top.
We got nothing going. Well, no.
You got basketball.
That. You got college playoff. The basketball playoffs. Orlando won last night.
No, they did not.
Not Orlando. Indiana.
Indiana Pacers won. Last second.
Yeah. Got the girls' final game tonight for the College World Series, and the men's baseball starts today. Hockey started Wednesday.
Yeah.
Game 2 tonight.
Yes.
And and the Oilers won game 1.
Yep.
Gotta say, Mort, the mustache is looking very good today.
Thank you.
Very professional looking.
Thank you. Going to a retirement thing this afternoon.
Okay, well they're going to be talking about that mustache.
Yeah, I hope they do.
I think they will.
Definitely retired.
Hey, Mandy, how are you?
Mandy, good morning. Welcome.
It's kind of a slow day, man. I couldn't get motivated.
Well, I had a little scare yesterday, so not a big one, just a little one. But my friend Zach, who's a paramedic fireman, suggested I go to the hospital.
Did he give you the Heimlich maneuver?
No, I wish he would have.
Oh.
A little low blood pressure, which hasn't happened to me, and it was pretty low. So I thought go get checked out. Everything seemed to be fine.
You got a monitor here at the shop?
I just ordered one, and it'll be
how
here
did
tomorrow.
You know it was low?
I was at my doctor's office and I checked, and it was very low. It was I think it was 95 over 55.
Yeah, but they let him leave the office.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
They
done
shouldn't
say anything.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they didn't say anything. The girl, my nurse, didn't say anything. She just says that's pretty low. Well, they make mistakes too.
Well, if it hits about 100, you might need to. 100, they say is okay, but you might need to watch it and go to the doctor or something. Have somebody better look at it, I guess.
But I went and got checked out, and they took care of me very good. And the as I said before, insurance proves that you're getting ahead of the game, because there was a lot of people in that emergency room, and I just went right on through.
Yeah, but man, sometimes insurance is a scam. I mean, it works out good, but you pay years and years and years, and you go to use it. No, we're dissing you because you made a claim.
Well, it's called gambling, I guess, when you really get down to it.
Yeah, so they took care of me right. Everybody was real nice.
I like the Ocean Springs.
So it was pretty good. He told me to stop taking my blood pressure medicine for a couple of days, so maybe it'll level out. and get back to normal, and then go back on it.
Well, hopefully you don't go back on it.
That would be nice.
That's the ultimate goal.
Yeah. I'm on 5 milligrams. I'm on the minimum.
Yeah, so was I.
You know what I mean? I'm on the minimum. My blood pressure normally is excellent. I mean, excellent across the board all the time. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But I'm back. I'm glad I'm back to our show in the shop from my vacation, which was very nice in Ireland and Wales. I won the bet under 4 falls, but there was no falls. So that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was yeah.
Because I always, you know what? No
It's a
joke.
buzzkill.
Yeah, no joke aside, you could get really injured
But
at 75 years old.
How many curves did you hit?
I couldn't count them.
Every one of them.
Couldn't count.
It's tough driving on the wrong side of the
Yeah,
road.
but the other thing is, dude, when you're in Wales, there's no highway. It's all back country roads.
Huh.
And dude, you make a turn, boom, your
Gravel.
rear tire hits the curb.
There's no freeways.
No freeways in Wales. I'm talking about 2-lane this way and this way, tight, and they know the roads. Who's there, of course. So they're going over the speed limit. We're trying to do the speed limit because there's somebody on our tail, or sometimes under, because it's pretty scary.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. It's pretty scary driving over there, and especially too at night. Ooh. But it was a great time had by all. Me and Clive did well. We had a lot of fun, and
Good.
both of the places are very, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd like to go to
pretty
Ireland.
cool.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
You know what I mean? It's just a nice thing.
And
But on to baseball. Who's leading in the home run race? Judge Artani and my guy from Philadelphia.
I think it's Otani, Judge, Schwarber, and there's another kid out there. He's up there too. They're all within 1 or 2 of each
Yeah.
other, all at the
Well,
top.
the Phillies pitcher
They're going back
had
and
a thing in baseball history or something. In 2 starts, I think it was no walks, and something else that was like a all-time record for pitchers.
Morning, Donovan. What wasn't my match? My pitcher from the Cardinals yesterday lost me.
That's right.
yeah, 200.
Oh no, I've seen that before. No, Jose showed me clips of that shit.
But the
I'm like,
race
yeah, they that's like nonstop
through
all
all
the mountains.
Yeah.
No, man. Once slip and you're done.
and it's in Wales too.
So the Chick-fil-A and the
Good morning,
Thank
Diamond.
across
Keep up
the
the
street
good work,
going up
brother.
pretty good, pretty quick. It might be up there before.
When you coming down?
November. Bring them chicken wings with you.
Yeah, too late now, right? They probably ate them.
Who wouldn't?
I had
Yes,
chicken
yes,
wings
yes.
in Ireland.
Yeah, I can't believe that you.
He goes there.
He goes there and eats Chinese.
You know what?
And eats chicken wings.
Dude, the chicken wings were really good. I was surprised. I thought this is gonna. They were barbecued, and they were pretty damn good.
You're supposed to eat food that
Local
you can,
food.
I did, but I had that too.
Shit, you can't get here.
Yeah.
Oh, I had Irish stew, which was really nice, and then the stuff that Patrick makes, and that they were neck and neck.
I kept trying to tell you guys you need to put Clive on some haggis.
You know what I mean?
Should
But
have had
Patrick's what's that goulash? What's it called?
Shepherd's pie.
Yeah, shepherd's pie. Damn close.
That was pretty good.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
Well, that's
Well, he's putting care into what he's doing. First of all,
well, he was raised overseas, and
Yeah.
he wasn't afraid to explore different foods.
yeah,
A lot of Americans are really hung up on. I don't want to try that.
yeah.
I'm scared of trying this.
And they don't know what they're missing.
That you're absolutely right. You got to venture out. You got to try different things.
Seen a couple of real older guys, meaning 70 year old. We're 10 years away from that. 70s that are just drinking their pint in the pub. They got their Jeff cap on and they're sitting against the bar. You know what I mean? Not at the bar, just sitting against the bar looking at the people. That brought you back to like old movies that people are in pubs and stuff like that. That was
Ted
pretty
Lasso.
cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, it was good. It was nice. I enjoyed it.
Drinking and betting on their
Yeah,
soccer.
that's
Overseas in Germany. You go in, two of us, they sit us down, and there could be two other people come sit 10 minutes later that we have no clue who they are. They just fill in tables,
yeah.
which is perfect. How you meet people.
That's how you meet people.
Last night, we went general admission to this thing, and the table started up there. And if you want to buy a
Round?
4-seat table,
Oh, I'm
all
sorry.
right, you can't buy 2 tickets. You got to buy
Yeah.
all 4 at the fucking
Right.
table.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? It's like I spent $130 on tickets for a different show. That makes no sense. Why can't you sell 2 of the seats versus all 4? Who cares who you sit?
So you paid for 2 empty seats.
Well, she's gonna find somebody to go.
Also, Mort, there's a guy
Caitlin
came up
probably.
to me in Wales and gives me a on the shoulder. Yo, lad. He says, "You a Trumpster?" I said, "Yes, I am." He says, "Can I sit down and have a drink with you guys?" I said, "Yeah." I go to the guy. His name was Arthur. I said, "Art." He likes the other side. He goes, "What's wrong with you, mate? You stupid?" So we sat down with him and his friend who were travelers. You know, they got to Winnebago and they did the same thing me and Clyde did with traveling. And we had dinner with them, and they were really, really nice guys. They said they love him over there, dude. It's crazy.
Not
But
really.
that's what he came up and said. He says, "Are you a Trumpster, mate?"
That's pretty cool.
And
they
you're like, "Of course."
I said, "Yes, I said, absolutely."
But not this guy. He's gay.
I said, "He's to the left." He said, "Mate, you should stay there." But Clive, it was
What's up,
3.
Morty?
It was 3-1, so Clive didn't have a chance.
Yeah.
But we just talked about traveling and our sports over here, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, they
Mr. Patrick,
cricket and
I could
soccer, football.
I could never understand cricket.
Me either, man.
I
is
had
that the one with the
people.
little gold things?
They got the 3.
The
Things
wicket-
Three different things,
They
right?
got wickets and they throw a wooden ball and
Yeah.
a
Pretty
flat
fucking
bat
hard.
and
Pretty hard
everything
too,
else.
man.
I could never understand it, and I even had an Irish guy try to explain it to me.
You
And
couldn't
I'm like,
get it right.
dude, I guess it's
Their
like
point system and stuff like that, and
trying to explain to
They
them
love it.
American football, right?
yeah,
Although they are getting a lot more of that stuff
Mhm.
overseas
yes,
than
should
they
go
used
burn
to
their
back
hand
in the day, and they're even getting Major League Baseball. They're
Where
even
we
getting
going?
baseball
We're
overseas.
going over there now.
I'm not.
yeah,
No,
they are
baseball?
too. Yes,
Interesting. But what if? Oh, never seen a lot of soccer stadiums everywhere, football stadiums everywhere.
Correct. Yeah.
And they started. We were watching Pat McAfee. They started. Not that they started a new one. You know how they do the TB2 or TBT? There's that 3-on-3 or 4-on-4 contest, back and forth, winning, losing, and then it goes to the final 2 teams, and whoever wins $1 million. It's like street guys that get together, and
yeah,
but it's organized and all this. Well, they did it with soccer, and we're sitting here watching it. It was like, that's pretty exciting. I mean, it was like 4-on-4 with a goalie,
yeah,
or maybe 5-on-5, and a small court. And they had Pat McAfee, as they should, had their seats right there, and nice short seats like this, but nice leather swivel seats, swiveling around watching it. You guys won $1 million for winning the game.
Wow.
It was pretty. It was
that's pretty cool.
somebody that comes in here said, if soccer, if they televise that, I'll watch that. The other one's too boring. I like watching it.
It's a long game. It don't seem like
it's a long
same thing as any minute game America plays, but man, it just seems long.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, we're not used to watching that much activity without commercials.
Right.
So you've
Great.
gotten spoiled by taking those breaks, commercial
Yes.
timeouts. Look, sports, whether it be college or pros, take way too much liberty with time off.
Yeah.
Timeouts.
Yeah.
Time off too, Lee.
Well, yeah, time offs too. But when that red hat guy shows up on the field,
Yeah.
it's commercial time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this dude is getting a workout.
Yeah.
Because they got to make their money.
Yes, you're right.
And soccer, European football, if you will,
Yes,
90 minutes of nonstop.
dude. Ooh,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
And they
And
count.
up and back, and that's a lot of running.
And nobody can ever explain to me why I count up to the 45-minute half, not down.
Yeah.
So when you go look
You
at the
start
clock,
at 1 minute.
you
and
look
it's
at the
about-
clock, you
yeah,
go, all right, I got 56 seconds left, or
whatever.
55. And then, well, no, here I got.
Oh, then you got extra time, depending on how
Yeah.
much stoppage there was.
Yeah.
But then you got to figure out going up, but going down. All right, we got 4 minutes left.
But the
That's it.
thing is, when you start getting closer to that 90-minute mark, you don't know how much stoppage time is going to be added.
Right, so it could be another 10 minutes.
I get that, but they don't start the stoppage time until that half gets down to 0.
until not the half, the whole game.
Yeah, it's the whole
match.
Well,
game.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, they do stoppage by the half. Don't
No, they do not.
No, they do not. It's the end of
Final.
the game.
That's at the end.
And that's fine. You don't have to. I'm just looking at getting down to the 90 minute. All right, we got 87 minutes and 35 seconds or whatever. All right, I got 15. The players are moving so quick. And not that it matters to them what time it is. It's more up to the coaches. But I just think it's easy to count from 1 to fucking 9, 8:45 going,
Yeah.
hey,
So
all right, we got 5 seconds left.
The players, the difference between them playing and us playing, because you used to referee soccer, so
That was
you
terrible.
know how the American players are.
Yeah.
When you start counting down, that's when they start slowing down.
Yeah.
It's the opposite over there. They
Right.
don't stop playing until the whistle the whistle blows.
They're all soaked.
Oh, they're already wore out.
Yeah, dude, you need some rest after that.
Well,
game.
they're going into the locker room after the game, and they got a guy probably with IV hitched up.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
that's what I'm saying is they're going to play hard regardless how much time they got left. It doesn't matter if you go from 1 to 45 or 45 to 1. Most of our sports count down.
But it's not our game.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
We play a lot of soccer over here.
But it's not our game. It's theirs.
Yeah, it's pretty
You know,
it's pretty rough.
When American football is played in Europe, they do the countdown. They
It's
don't
still only 45 minutes, regardless which way you go. It's not
45-minute halves.
all
until,
the half the rules and everything.
Pretty brutal, though,
I was just
Mort.
curious.
They're working hard.
Mhm.
And them guys,
Well, it's a lot of running.
their top guys make real good money.
not NFL good money, but
Real
pretty
good.
close.
But there's one soccer player over there that makes he makes 200 million.
Messi makes a ton of money.
Yeah, right. He makes 200 million, and I'm thinking,
They pay him good money to come to Miami too. I don't get
but
that.
that's
I don't know
crazy. But man, and it's all crazy in all sports, the money. But I'm just saying is,
how you can
and them
afford
guys
that.
wear shorts and a t-shirt as their jersey, and they're all soaking wet.
Absolutely.
And when people say soccer is a contact sport, if they play it right, it's contact.
There is
Very
There's some banging.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
little
they used to
flopping
say
too,
that
like that,
basketball was safe, and you can tell now that it's really
Dude,
not.
they're slamming into each other.
And when we play pickup games, on the school or at a park or something, no blood, no foul.
Right.
If there's no blood, the
Right.
foul didn't happen.
Yeah.
So what do you think of this cigar?
It's different. Definitely different. I can honestly say I haven't had this
I've
cigar
had-
before.
It's been a long time.
If I have, it was not memorable at the time, or I've smoked too many since then. I'm not going to say it's terrible. It draws really well.
Mm-hmm.
I see
I
yours is
agree.
unraveling,
Yeah.
so that's a drawback.
That could be a local.
me.
That could be a local. I don't know. It's got good flavor. It's a typical Oscar.
It is.
It's
The burn is good.
He really doesn't make it too bad of a cigar, except for that. That raw dog was terrible.
Dude,
Ugh.
when they test something like that, a number of people test it. Say there's a round table and their company says, all right, here's our 10 testers. Give us an overall rating, like how we do it. There's 3 of us, so there has to be a lot of people in their round table from their company tasting it.
Yeah.
How the fuck did they come to get that to be number 1 is I don't know.
I think it was more of a gimmick than say,
I
all right,
do
we're going to
too.
sell a cigar without a wrapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the cigar itself, when they test it, after some of the products he makes that are very good, and everybody has a different palate, but everybody we've talked to who smoked that didn't like it.
Because you can smoke a cigar with the wrap without the wrapper, and it gives it a little bit different flavor.
Sure.
But I smoked some like that weren't bad without the wrapper, but that one was just totally
Terrible.
But
altogether bad. So
what is the purpose of the wrapper? It's to hold everything together.
Yes.
gives it a little
So
flavor.
you got, yeah, well, of course, and that's part of the master blender's job, right?
Yes.
To make sure that wrapper has something to provide to that cigar other than holding things together.
Right.
I'd like to know who's sitting around, like you were talking about. We're sitting around, we got this thing in our hands, and I'd like to know whose brilliant idea it was, and who said this is a great idea.
Yes.
Let's wrap this thing up in a box and send it out to everybody. It's not a brilliant idea.
You know, I'll go to a different
You probably
parallel.
sold a lot.
It's like a car somebody made. They made great products, but they made a small little car, and you're thinking it was a total disaster.
You go.
Yeah, that.
Which is coming
The
back.
Ford Pinto that used to explode. They had a chance of killing people. Whose idea was it to put the gas tank right behind the bumper? You know what I mean?
Well, because of the size of the vehicle and
right.
everything, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was unfortunate that
Happened.
that
Yeah,
happened
sure.
at that time.
But you know, there's different things like going back to the cigar again. I think this is pretty good so far. But the raw dog, I mean, and when somebody was going to buy it, and we usually don't do this, if they asked us, would you smoke it? You'd say, I smoked it. I really didn't like it. But I've said to people, please don't buy that. You're not going to like it.
Yeah.
You're not going to like it.
Right.
Put it back.
Right.
I had to because I knew they weren't going to like it.
Well,
That's what I thought
see,
anyway.
That's your job as the guy that they're coming to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's your job. Is your purpose in this shop when you're on duty is to make sure that person comes in and gets an experience.
Yes.
Not walking out of here going, that dude ripped me off and gave me this nasty cigar.
Yeah. Especially suggesting it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and that's the difference between us and some of the shops that I've been to, and I know everybody else has experienced the same thing. When you go in and you get this guy that's trying to get rid of a line or trying to get
push it.
Yeah, he's pushing you into something that at the end of the day he knew that it was going to be bad.
Yeah.
I'd rather smoke a famous smoke before that raw dog.
A famous smoke.
Or
Yeah.
factory smoke. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'll avoid that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you only had two, it would be the factory.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was a good, like it was said, it was a good novelty. It was a little gimmick.
The box was nice.
I don't know what their purpose for putting it out was. Maybe just to let everybody know that the difference between one that's got a wrapper and one that doesn't. I don't know. I hope that they never do it again.
Right.
I won't buy them if they're on sale.
Do they make it anymore?
I haven't seen them since.
Okay.
Yeah, I have.
That could have been, 10,000 and done.
Hopefully they didn't do 10,000.
I'm just saying it should have been 1.5 and done.
Yeah, like we made 1,000 boxes and 1,000 mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
I hear we got some new chairs coming in.
We do have some new chairs.
Yes, we do. A couple of new chairs.
Yeah.
They work out. They might replace the other two with them.
Yes, if they're nice, they're going to buy a couple more, which is nice. You have to do that every couple of years because they're getting more than this shit.
You got to keep certain people out of certain chairs.
Yeah.
They won't break.
You go to different shops, and here's the rub with some people. You go to different shops and you see the chairs that they have.
Yeah.
And you know how well that they hold up because I'm an inquisitive guy when I travel. So
Yes.
I'll be like, those are pretty nice chairs. How long have you had them? That's a question that not too many people are
Absolutely, you're absolutely right, boy.
So, going up when I was up in Virginia, it was during COVID, so they weren't getting a good workout. But the chairs that they had their logo on the back.
Yes.
The back where your head goes and shoulders had their logo on there. They were comfortable. but not so comfortable that somebody's going to come in and spend 2 hours in a nap.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
They were okay for you to sit and smoke a cigar. You didn't feel.
Well, you know, a lot of places, just not cigar places, restaurants per se, their chairs are generally not that comfortable
because they wanted the
because
churn.
they want to turn over and move it.
They want the churn.
They don't want you to, after your second cup of coffee, you're going and you're not staying for 5 cups.
I would bet any amount of money that those chairs, black leather ones with the emblems in the back and stuff, were fireman chairs, firemanchairs.com, whatever. Heavy duty, kind of like the guy has in the Iberville.
Yeah.
Solid. Like you said, fairly comfortable for
not
for
overly
not
comfortable.
3-4 hours when
Right.
I can fall asleep, but more comfortable than like these little things. We had these little things 3, 4, 5, 7 years.
Yes, you're right.
Both
7 years,
shops.
7
Well,
years.
but moving them over there, they got a lot less use.
But you know what? Which is good is they still have the appeal that they look all right.
Until somebody sits in them.
Oh yeah, what I'm saying is when you go by, you can go, oh, those chairs are cute or whatever.
Yeah.
They're not all ripped and stuff like that, like
Right,
it would be in a mechanic shop if you had a chair in there.
Right.
You know what I
With
mean?
duct tape on the
Yeah,
armbands.
exactly. So that's
Like
they did do well for
These
the appearance
These
wise.
wooden chairs we sat in last night at Ground Zero. Oh, so uncomfortable. I tried to get up, and Kate was like, "What's the matter?" I said,
My back
The
hurts.
bottom, the bowl of my fucking butt hurts.
Yeah, my butt hurts too.
This
Yeah.
chair is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Cigar. It's that time.
Okay, well, it's time to rate our cigar. I'm going to look at this and say I really thought it was pretty decent. I'm going to give it a 7 overall. The draw, the burn, and the flavor. I'm going to give it about a 7. I didn't mind it. I would smoke it again. That's why I'm giving it a 7. But yeah, pretty decent. I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was too heavy. Yeah, pretty decent. Mort, pretty decent bones. I think it's all right. I'm gonna give it about a 7.
I'd go a little bit higher, except this is the first one I ever had that unwrapped like that. Throughout the whole cigar just kept on
Yeah,
coming.
that wrapper just
No matter
let
what
go.
I tried to do. But I like the flavor. I like the way it brought. I always liked Oscars. Why I got away from them, I know. I mean, a lot of people got away from them. We used to sell a lot of them, and then they just kind of died.
You're right.
Because as we started getting more and more of a variety in there, people got more and more to pick from, which we do. Come on down. We got plenty of cigars to pick
We got like nice cigar, nice humidor.
We can't get them here because we're out. But GTO is going to be coming somewhere else in Ocean Springs.
Okay.
I'll tell you off the show.
All right.
Well, give us your rating.
I give it, without that burning problem on the wrapper, I'm probably in between 8, 8.5.
Wow.
I like it. I like
good.
it. I like the Corojo. It's definitely a different taste to it.
Well, I guess I'm the odd man out.
Okay.
Um,
Does that surprise you? Being the odd man out?
well, I mean, there's times when I agree.
We're all,
There's
yeah.
times when I don't.
You're being real.
To me, this
That's a different palate.
on the retro, because I do the retro hail. I
Yes.
like to feel it in the nasal passage to get
That burns too much.
a good feel for what it's like. I think it's a whole lot like what lipstick smells like.
Really?
Yeah. So this is just not. It's not a pleasurable one. It doesn't give me. It just has a bad.
Don't grab you.
It does not. I'm going to give it a 6.2.
Okay.
And that's because of the construction. Although I did mention some imperfections when I looked at it. And not every cigar is going to be perfect. I get that, but it's a nice draw. Everything besides the taste is good.
Okay.
You really don't know what you're getting with this because it's wrapped in that leaf. Once you open up the leaf, then you can see the cigar. It's not like the cellophane where you see, maybe it's, I'm not going to smoke this one. But you got to buy it to see what's underneath the leaf. Now, we've had some people that tried to light that thing.
Yeah.
At one point. The leaf on the outside.
Yeah, I know. Some kid did it. I said, dude, what are you doing?
I wouldn't smoke this. I wouldn't crunch it up, put it in a pipe, smoke it. I won't do any of that.
No.
Which I'm going to do. I got a pipe that I keep out in the back by my thing. I'm going to get some regular pipe tobacco and just try that.
Yeah, that's my rating, 6'2".
6'2", and okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, it is. Everybody's got their own palate. You know, it's
That's the truth. That's the truth. And you know what? That still ain't a real bad rating.
No.
Anything over 5, it starts getting good.
that'd be decent with Portnoy. That's an okay pizza.
Yeah,
not
it's
the great,
okay.
not the greatest, but it's okay.
And it's not that it's definitely not the worst cigar I've ever had.
Oh no.
No, that was that
certainly not.
Mexican.
It's that Mexican bullshit one that I
was
I
terrible.
had. That was
Mine was the ones the girls made. When we went, whew, boy, that was terrible.
all right.
All right.
See you next week, folks.
For the 5.5 Legs Virtual Cigar Lounge here at Coast Cigar and Lounge at 3418 Bienville Boulevard, we're going to wish you a happy and healthy weekend. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Have a good day, folks.
Now I'm going to smoke my Perdomo.